You're going to love this. Trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal state.
Welcome, I'm Spaghetti King. Happy Halloween. I will be taking this time to make a brief discussion about ASMR. Yes, ASMR. For those of you a bit nostalgic with this channel, that might be something to you, but either way. I've been thinking of this as of late, and I should tell you, I'm not in ASMR at all right now. This is on grandpa mode brain. I have no clue what's on at the moment, what's going on at the moment, who the new channels are. Even when I left, there were new channels coming up. The thing with ASMR is that it is an infinite pit. It can't be covered all by one human being. Some of us have tried, those in the comment section, Lelouch, Giorno, I give my salutes to you. I think, you came the farthest back at your heights, but simply put, there's a limit, to humans' ability to cover the entire content that is ASMR. So with that said, of course, the question would be, where is a good place to start? What is the recommendation? And in this, I am essentially just going to give you my pick on who I think the best ASMRtist is. From a line of them, who we can mention. So, the core of this video, the core question at hand is FallenShadow ASMR the greatest ASMRtist? That's the question. Many of you might think so. Many of you might not think so. I know those who don't really know about ASMR, and they think Shadow's the best, or Shadow's the main one that got them into ASMR, or whatever it may be. As for me, the channel that got me into ASMR was not FallenShadow, although FallenShadow was one of the earlier ones I came upon. For me, I believe it was Saturn Roleplays ASMR was among the first, at least the one that I kind of checked out, kind of regularly. But at the time, I was very, sort of off with it. The first ASMR I ever saw actually was a Varyuna these days, but you remember the days she was called Varyuna. Obviously, she's a bit of a whatever, I'm not even sure if she's that much of a YouTube sort of entity. Well, she isn't a YouTube entity at this point, but obviously she did not worry about the sort of lewd side of things, so she's a very sort of deep contributor to that side. But she probably was, I think, the first ASMR video I saw, and that actually kind of turned me off from ASMR because I was like, is this not my thing? But then I started, Saturn, and I was like, yeah, this is something. And then what really got me on was May Neko ASMR. May Neko ASMR, even back in the day, May was the channel I covered more than any other because May deserves it. May deserves it. Especially back then. May daily uploads repeated good content. Well, what more can you ask for? So, when it comes to the greats of ASMR, again, I don't know who's up, these days. I don't know who's still around at this point, to be frank. I think a lot of these are still around, but I'm not sure. So, Shadow, FallenShadow, comes to mind. Lemon Leaf, comes to mind, definitely. A similar camp of Shadow. May, for me, is a contender. I don't know where May is at in terms of subs now. Probably is nowhere near close to Shadow's, but I couldn't care. The consistency of content, the quality of that content, merits it. Shout out to Girlfriend Audios. Similar camp to May. Daily uploads, very good. Overall, I preferred May to Girlfriend Audios, but Girlfriend Audios deserves it as well. And Mindfulness ASMR also. Fantastic. Mindfulness, fantastic. Back in the day, dude. Those are the daily uploaders. and this kind of varies in content. Shadow and Lemonleaf don't come out with that much content very often, but when they come out, they're very good. Another channel in that camp, I'm going to mention Kayaboon. Kayaboon got nuked as far as I don't know. Kayaboon, I don't think you can find that channel anymore, but had some very good videos when she was up. I have to admit to that. To be honest, they're not even like my favorite videos out there. You know, they're not my absolute favorites, but they got recognition. They popped off, and I mean, I gotta give respect where it's due. So then we have my personal favorites, which won't be what you'd expect, and they aren't among these. My personal favorites, because again, favorite is different from who I think is the best. The best is who I look at and kind of sum up as who I really think is at the top, whereas my favorite is just the one I enjoy the most. Number one, the only regret I had leaving ASMR, the only regret I had was in regards to Naomi and ASMR. Naomi and ASMR, I reviewed, I think, 2 of their videos. A fantastic artist. Wonderful. And it was a joy, seeing that channel slowly get subs and doing what I could to help that channel. It was very, it was nice back in the day. And I don't know where Naomi and ASMR is at this point, but my full supports on that channel. The only regret I have in terms of leaving the ASMR comment section was leaving that, but I did have to leave ASMR. Then my favorite channel, well, actually, Seaglass. I gotta mention Seaglass too. Very high quality, fantastic from Seaglass, and one of my personal favorites, and in my opinion, one of the best. But I won't go more into that. Just each script is just fantastic. The immersion, and just the enjoyment levels. They're good to rewatch, and I mean, I reviewed a couple, like that vampire one, and that little confession one, and that party one. Oh, they're all a treat. But my personal favorite ASMRtist is Sheert ASMR, or just Shirt ASMR now. They haven't uploaded in forever. They quit before I quit. I mean, hi. But they are my personal favorite ASMRtist. That whole best friend confession thing, that is my favorite ASMR video. That's my favorite one out of all of them. My favorite. So if I have to sum up one, that's the one. And then all their other videos I love too. And I don't know what it is. The humbleness of it, the of uploads, whatever it is. For me, it's just the channel that I have this unique sort of enjoyment from. There are, a couple other ones I can mention. Lovesick VA, the Andre Queen. Fantastic. I mean, all of those are just art down to the, purest definition in terms of the execution of that. Luscious Noise ASMR, again, in terms of the sort of sound of it, literally the sound. Is very good on that one. Then there's others like Strawberry Leah, I'm not going to put at the top of these, but Leah, her streams and her, love her. Fantastic. I mean, it was a joy to join her streams back in the day, along with that Lilith Valentine. There's great, as streamers, as personalities, very nice. And Shadow fits into that cap too, because Shadow is streaming these days, and you gotta give full credits to that one, eh? That's where Shadow shines, eh? But I've mentioned all of these, and to nail it down, which one do I think is the best one? Well, again, I already shared my favorite, but you have to counterbalance frequency of uploads with quality of set uploads. In the case of Shadow, I think I think Shadow is better than Lemon Leaf, although Lemon Leaf is good. And I think Shadow is better than Kaya Boon. And again, there's probably other stuff that's out there that people are going to say, mention whatever you want. But in my opinion, Shadow, in terms of long waited uploads, every wait for every Shadow video is beyond worth it. And all the old Shadow videos are worth rewatching. All the old ones are just, they're still good. And when it comes to May, on the other hand, May started uploading less and started doing lose and all this stuff. And granted, that was inevitable. These things do eventually happen. I remember saying to myself that, like, once the day May turns to Ludes is like, that'll probably be my last day, and it kind of was. I mean, it wasn't, but like, I left before, but it says something. But either way, May, that's fine, and it is what it is. I mean, not like it's all that. Again, it's not that much of a thing, but May, as she is still top class. Maybe going from a 10 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10, perhaps. But it doesn't really matter, even with less frequent uploads. It doesn't matter. But the point is, May has sort of points striking against her, whereas Shadow has points striking in favor of her. And if you had to, if I were forced to choose between May Neko daily uploads and Shadow, I don't know, monthly uploads, back in the day I would have chosen May, but today I would choose Shadow, because of the longevity factor and the rewatchability factor. Now May is rewatchable, I'll grant you that, but in my opinion, I think Shadow stands above. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think Shadow is the greatest ASMRtist, in my opinion, of those I consider. I'm not talking about real life ASMRtists and all that. So that's my overall opinion on it. And this is on a totally worn ASMR brain that has not consumed ASMR in like a year, but I'm here anyway talking about it, so whatever, that's ASMR for you. I'm Spaghetti King. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and happy Halloween. Good to you, lads. Farewell.